This night we're going out on a spot we know well. It's a good mix of shallow sandy patches and some deeper waters. We're going to swim out along the coastline and look for something to catch. The cold waters in Norway kind of die back in winter, and most fish and crabs are deeper in warmer waters now. But at night, when it's dark, some creatures come back out. We are expecting to find scallops and flatfish, and if we're a bit lucky, maybe even a cod. Let's go out and see what we find. As you see, straight away we find these small pollocks, and they're everywhere. And they're not really shy, so we can get real close. And on this dive, I find a beautiful scallop. It's big and plump and empty. Here you see Kenneth finding a common dab. It's a flounder found plentiful around the coast of Norway. It's a really good eating fish. He stabbed it with this knife, which he's kind of proud of. I would be too. And this is something strange. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it had like a strange moving pattern in it. It looked really cool. And what amazes me is that this part of the waters, it just comes to life during night. We were here a couple of weeks ago during the day, and it was like a underwater desert. But at night it livelies up. Here I find a live scallop. They look really cool with their frills out. This is just a common green shore crab. They're really good in soups, but this night we left them alone. These I think are squat lobsters. There's a shot later on in the movie when we see them a bit clearer. But they were cool, just climbing the walls. This is a brown edible crab. They bury in the sand, and they're easy to catch, and these guys are tasty. Now we left this and didn't cook it up, but in a later video we will show you how to cook them and eat them and use them. They are a really good eating crab. Usually we find lots of them, but at this night we only found one, and that's due to the cold water. The water was around 4 degrees Celsius, and that's just a bit too cold for the crabs. Here's the squat lobster I told you about. Now the lighting is a bit off, but it has these beautiful blue spots on the back. It's hard to capture at night with the lighting, but you get the idea. It's really good. It's really beautiful. Here's Kenneth with the second flounder of the night. I'm not quite sure which species this is, so if you know, please let us know in the comments below. They really count on their camouflage, so usually they just lay there and it's easy to grab them like Kenneth did here, but not always. Here I tried to get the flounder, but as you see, it didn't want to cooperate. Here's the catch of the day for my part, 5 scallops. How you open them is you run a knife along the upper shell and cut off the mussel, and then you just run your thumb under the frill and slowly but firm lift the frill up. That way you get out all the guts and non-edible parts, and you're left with just the mussel. And I just found that using a spoon to just get it under there and lift it up makes it really easy to just clean them up. And we ate these for lunch the day after. I just heated up a cast iron skillet with really hot with just oil, put them in, salt on the underside, and just let them fry for 30 seconds, a minute max on that side. And then I sprinkle them with salt. Now that we have turned them, it's time for some butter in the pan. This is just to enhance the flavor and to make it really good. You just put the butter in, let it melt a bit, and then you take a spoon and you just baste them with the butter. I'm sure there's some technical term for it used by chefs. I can't remember, but just take the butter and just baste it over the scallops, and it makes all the difference in the taste. Now in this next clip we're gonna see what Kenneth makes of his part of the catch. He took all the fish and he's making a fish soup, and he's a bit more artsy with the filming. I really should teach how to do that. So let's see what he makes. Here he's starting with melting some butter and cooking some onion in the butter. Then he adds some spices and a bit of flour to make sort of a roux, and some salt. And then he adds fish stock. This is a really good Norwegian fish soup. So stirs it around, a bit more fish stock, and that's the base for the soup. Just keep adding till you get the right consistency. Then he added some carrots, finely sliced, so they don't take much time to get cooked. And then when the soup is done, you add fish. As you see, it's finely sliced, so it takes 30 seconds to cook in the heat of the soup. It's really important to not overcook the fish. And then you just serve it up with some garlic bread. So there you have it, Norwegian fish soup. Hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe.